So when I went by there and I looked into there and it said butt fitting and I was like, hello, yo. I was playing with him. I went to utilize a restroom and it was a dildo on the washroom sink. And when I came out, I truly was about to appreciate that as homeboy's beverage you realize, I don't have any idea what it's about. He generally have young ladies here, like just loaded up with checks. And beginning like constant right, no not actually I mean except for did that. Hello, it was interested. I had an opportunity to see a few things Clive Davis, the web around the organization, that he's from an organization of fiendish period Clyde Davis, encouraged Tiddy quite a long time back, may now profoundly layman doing, as such as per recently accessible proof Diddy is a critical figure in the music business. In the event that you haven't known about him, he helped start Terrible Kid Records, which is renowned for delivering collections by craftsmen like Attendant, and the late famous B.I.G. Yet how did Diddy gather such a gigantic fortune Panther right? A performer makes them premium comments regarding the matter following quite a while of hypothesis. Apparently reality behind Clyde Davis and Diddy's association has been uncovered. They've probably been together for 4.5 years and haven't precisely been concealing their relationship. This couple hangs out going to wild gatherings and mystery parties. The main concern, however, is the impact this will have on their vocations, whether their dependable fan base will remain by them through their horrendous acts is all an open inquiry. What are we sitting tight for puffy moving around, you know? Yet he got that index, and he's been bringing in cash off of it. And it purchased that huge chateau down the road from Assault Focal. How did a youthful rest start with just 23 years of involvement get to the top so rapidly? His cozy relationship with unbelievable maker Clive Davis might hold the vital Davis commitments to the making of a few original accounts have made him a commonly recognized name. Yet lately he's been standing out as truly newsworthy for something completely different. His affection life. Davis past two relationships finished in separate, so he set off on a mission to find what it was about men that he found so engaging. I opened up myself after the disappointment of my subsequent marriage, never having had anything to the man, to see might I at any point be drawn to the individual, and not the orientation in the wake of expenditure the primary portion of his life, expecting he was heteroclide, as of late made the fearless and forthright statement that he isn't imagine a scenario in which anything does this mean for his profession individual, and not the orientation. And I found that I could be drawn to a man, while I actually am extremely drawn to a lady. Clyde's choice to begin dating again, this time with a man, was roused by this acknowledgement in 1990. He went into a monogamous relationship with an anonymous male specialist. That relationship finished in 2004. He demands he isn't embarrassed about his fascination with men, and that he never has been. I never felt disgrace. No, I felt confounded. The subject of sexual openness actually needs significantly more conversation. A status exists for a really long time. There have been anecdotes about how could he became renowned, yet as of late, it appears there might be more going on than we understood. Our data recommends that Clive and Diddy dated for no less than 5 years, as the two are frequently seen together at public social events. Clive has been free about his relationship, as yet has covered his accomplice's way of life. True to form, employs hard, has a place with a man named Diddy, despite the fact that obviously they are still a lot of together. Clive has would not comment on their relationship. P. Diddy, referred to as Puff Daddy, known as Scene Brushes. Supposedly in 1994, Scene Searches mentioned offering sexual courtesies to Clive Davis. So Terrible Kid Records could be what it is, since both Clive and Diddy are transparently gay. Their successive participation at similar get-togethers gives strong proof of their cozy connections. Assuming you focus on a ton of pictures, particularly with Clive and Diddy, is in a ton of spots that Clive is in. Diddy and Clive are longtime mates with a strong fellowship, as opposed to Diddy, who has been blamed for camouflaging his sexuality. Clive has been in a straight relationship with a person for a long time, The fates are lined up for them to foster heartfelt fondness for each other in this setting. Moreover, Clive has never denied these cases, which just loans legitimacy to them, given his frankness about his sexuality and connections. Diddy has likewise been quiet despite the kickback. They've been close for various years. Diddy originally came around him in the mid-90s, close to the opportunity, to when he addressed one more relationship with an anonymous male. When Diddy initially met Clive was 23. And beginning as a performer in a serious industry, Clive was keen on hip jump thoughts. Since he was searching for an entertainer with genuine crowd science, Clive says he found what he was searching for in his most memorable experience with Diddy Fractious was 23 years of age. And I knew the craftsman that I had Aretha and Whitney was one sort of music, Davis says. Let Face introduced Blue captured our bed its level, yet detecting the hip jump unrest, both Ella Reid and I concurred that we could utilize somebody truly sensitive to the road. You must understand how you can help yourself. And you have to know when you want to focus on others' days. Meeting with Clive, whose expectations were not exactly generally good, was only one calculate his stupendous client to unmistakable quality, the genuine explanation Clive. And Did he met was on the grounds that Clyde needed to have intercourse with folks, and he wasn't keen on Diddy Clyde. Might have followed an example of drawing promising youthful specialists with the possibility of a prosperous future in the music business. Prior to growing close private associations with them, he helped Diddy in sending off terrible kid records and upheld the mark for a long time, permitting Diddy to try not to be dropped by large record furs. Live sexual direction has been commonly known for certain years. Yet Diddy has expressed nothing about it anyway. There are clashing signs Diddy's sexuality has been conjectured about in light of his activities, and it has originated from all. Over with Cameron likewise detailing that he once got Diddy in some really compromising circumstance, a sure past end of the week in Miami. Between Cameron of the rap bunch tip said, an awful kid magnate Diddy was to understated the obvious exciting in spite of their evident satisfaction cameras. Said on the Morning Meal Club that he had found a dildo in Diddy's bathroom, and I went to utilize a restroom, and it was dildo on the restroom sink. Yes, you heard that accurately. It is valid. Cameron spilled the beans by uncovering that he found the sex object in the washroom. I attempt to picture how awkward that would be. Cameron has implied that his game's syndicated program, What Will Be perhaps coming to Diddy's Revolt Media organization. Notwithstanding the stunning finding on the off chance that Diddy were exposed as gay, it wouldn't be whenever there first have been tales about the music tycoon's fruity picture, returning essentially to a tune by the non-mainstream rapper Blood Orange. Wow. That is an unpretentious clue, despite the fact that Diddy hasn't come right out and said he's gay. He is by all accounts alluding to it in these verses. Fans are focusing and attempting to get a handle on everything in the current